What's up, guys? It's Team Phoenix Cerulean back at it again. This time we're going to meet you guys with a premium Aqua deck profile. Take it away.
So starting off with the deck profile, we have our 4 glories. So first, you guys might be wondering why play glory, because it's an X skill, but I'll explain later. Basically, you do it with, you guys are familiar with ripples, you do this first, and then you do Odysseus. So the skill is X skill on Vanguard, counter blast 1. On the end of turn, your opponent cannot intercept, and if they guard from hand, they can only guard 1 card. They can still G-guard and guard another card, but other than that, they have to drop only 1 card to guard from hand.
Card's broken.
Also, if you have a Maelstrom and so, you get +10 to the front.
And it's for the turn.
Yeah, it's for the turn.
Nuts.
Which means if you Odysseus, the skill continues after that. Except we play 2 of the original Maelstroms, because there's one thing you can do with the Odysseus where you can soul charge the Maelstrom, which means that you get your +10 glory off early. Also that so I'll just explain the skill. So Act Vanguard counter blast 1, your front row gets +3k. That's not really that important. If you write this, then first you can still use it and then do Odysseus, which I'll explain it. And then the second skill is on 3rd and 4th battle, if your rear guard hits, you can stand this. You can stand a Maelstrom. Dish 2 and stand. So it's basically just extra Maelstroms to ride into. Next up we have the grade 3, the grade 3 Ripple Legion. So when you Odysseus, you can superior right into this after you use your Glory Maelstrom. So the on-play skill is Counter Blast 1. You check top 3, or you review top 3 and put it in a drop zone. You add any, you add 1 Ripple. You can add up to 1 Ripple from those 3 you have. Also it has a Legion. Put 4 back and a Legion of this. Yeah. And then the resetting skill is so if this unit is a Legion and you have 3 or more units that are rested in the front row, you can choose one where you're going to reset it, and you get a counter charge. So
And if you're a Legion, it counts as 2, right?
yeah. So like if you're a Legion, just swing a card in the Excel circle, and you swing with this, so it's 1, 2, and 3, so you can reset this.
Okay.
So and then of course we play the Legion main, the Genovius.
Oh, one of.
Because if we play more Genovius, the deck would get to 10 grade 3s, and I don't want to get to 10 grade 3s. Also, playing 6 Maelstroms for me is better. Also, you never really get the Persona Blast off anyways, because your opponent's going to swing at rear. If they're a good player, they're going to swing at rear, and then you never get to 4 early, unless playing as Neo Nectar or something. But even if he plays at 2, you have to hit it. You have to hit 1 copy of it, then Legion, which is not really that consistent. Also, Glory is just 1 combat, so you need 3 combats for this to work. So it's not really that consistent. 1 is all we need. If it damages it, then you're just unlucky, right? So for the grade 2s, we have our 4, starting with the grade 2s, we have our 4 of the Ripple grade 2, the one you superior right into. So if you have a, let me grab it. If you have this one and so, it gets +1k, and it also has the, if you have that and so, you also have the on hit. You can reset something and you can give it +3k, I believe, yeah. So it has the on hit +3k if you have this and so. So basically, most of the time you go Odysseus, you will have this and so, and you superior right into this, and then you swing with on hit. It's pretty good. Next up we have our 4 title assaults. You always have soul and spirit in the deck because of Odysseus, so the soul is not an issue, and title is better early game compared to the other title. So yeah, first battle restand, doesn't lose power if it's first battle. So next up we play 4 Koro assaults. It's just a good card in general. +15k when you have 4 other cards at rest is pretty good. Also, at the end of turn, if you did 4 battles, you can shove in soul and draw a card. So if you're playing against control or something, you can do that. But most of the time, you keep it on board because it's +15k.
Also helps to keep the hand with ripples.
Also, remember that we are playing glories in this deck. We are playing glory in this deck, so anything that has power is basically you can make it either a 20k shield guard or a PG guard. So the grade 1s, we start out with the most broken grade 1 in Aqua Force.
Oh my goodness, we can play set again.
Odysseus. So
I think you got hit before. It's like 2. Now you can play 4.
So the skill is choose one of your rears, other rears, put in soul, push for a deck for up to 1 ripple, and as the same grade as the Vanguard, and you ride it, and then shuffle your deck. If you roll, you can choose up to 1 card that's the same grade and call it to rear. Or it could be itself. So you can't call itself off from soul, but you can call any other one, basically. Or any other card the same grade as well. So this card is really good because you can just literally shove a trigger in from your hand, call a trigger, shove it in soul, and then you make an extra attacker. And you can do this over and over again. You always will have something to. You always at least have 2 attacks to swing with. Also, if you choose to call Tidal Assault from the soul, remember that the card that gets called gets +2. It's a resetting 11k. So now, if you're playing against Luard or something, you have a resetting 11k. So
nuts.
Your Tidal Assault becomes better now. So next up we have 2 of the Ripple Grade 1. I was playing this at 4, but the main cards you want to see is when you start off the game with this deck is a 1 and this. So like once you have a 1 and this and Odysseus, you always get the superior right off regardless. So I'm only playing 2 because you don't really want to see it. You don't want to see it in hand until you superior right from deck. Also, like because I'm playing the right chain starter, riding this you don't get the forerunner up. So I'll explain that later. So next up in the grade 1s we have 3 of this. So this card on place you ditch a 3 and you search for your deck for a blue Storm Dragon Maelstrom. So the OG Maelstrom. So this is when you hit your one of these 3s in your hand, you can just ditch it to get an OG Maelstrom because having that in hand is better than having these in hand. Which is one of the things I had trouble with this deck before we even got the Glory Maelstrom was that it was hard to hit XL3 because back then you played Diamantes at 4. So it's just to make sure you get a consistent XL3 to ride into. Also when you ride over, so when you start the game, you ride over a card 400, you put the 400 back, and then you call Odysseus shows that and so superiorize this one, calls this out, and then you can use the skill.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Deck filtering. Deck thinning is deck thinning is deck winning.
So next up we have
wow.
Our Calm Assaults.
Oh.
So once again we have Soul Despair in the deck. Plus 5k to something when you have Glory on your Vanguard is pretty good. So you can also choose to play the on hit that gives something 8k. But I think this is better since you always have Soul. So yeah. So this is the starter I was talking about. It's the start of the right chain. So I think it's actually fine to play any forehand in the deck. I'm just playing this just because. So like I said, you do the play, call Odysseus, you shove this insult, and then you superiorite this one and you call this out. So now your Vanguard's an 8k, which this is fine. It doesn't really matter, but I like that. I like to switch the right chain starter and write something and make this an 8k. That's just my personal preference. Also, I don't think you want to play most of the forerunner cards since a lot of the really good forerunner cards are GB, minus the Draco Kid that draws 2 cards on formal battle or something. So yeah, so I think playing this starter is better than playing the standard starter for sure. At least it's better than the standard starter.
Nice.
So triggers. We played 3 crit. I was playing 4, but then I realized fronts are better because Glory Maelstrom with fronts is broken. But I still want to play the crit because I want my opponent to know that I'm playing crits, so they don't take my Vanguard when they're at 4.
Yeah.
Also remember like when you have Glory and a booster, it's still a 20k guard for like a 2-pass. So I'm thinking, assuming they're on a 3, right? So having the crit is pretty important because you don't want them to take the Maelstrom attack. So next up, of course, like I said, we play 5 fronts. Fronts are broken in Glory Maelstrom, so we play fronts. Then we play our draw PGs. You can consider cutting this for more fronts, but I wouldn't recommend it. PGs are still PGs. You still want to survive at a lot of times when you play in this format. You still want to try to survive first, right? Most of the time you don't, but you still want to try. Also, a draw trigger is still a draw trigger. So we play 4 heals because the G guards are pretty. So because of the counter charging G guard, and I think the counter charging G guard is really important for some plays in the deck. Also, heals are 20k shield, and 20k shield is 20k shield. Right? So that's it for the main deck. For the G zone, let's start with Megiddo. You never go into it. Oh, to be fair, like everything in this G zone, you don't have to play it. Right? You literally don't have to play everything in this G zone. This deck doesn't need a G zone. But
ditch the G zone?
Yeah, literally, like.
My goodness. So what?
Unless you don't hit the Odysseus. If you don't hit the Odysseus, then yes, you need the G zone. So we still play the Megiddo because Megiddo is still Megiddo. Megiddo with an XL circle is still Megiddo with an XL circle, right? So like Ultimate Stride, you do more face up, disregard the same copy as the Vanguard, and then place Counter Blast 2. You call up to 5 cards from drop, I think. Yeah, you still have 5 cards from drop, and then from drop or hand, kind of separate rears and take a +5. And at the end of the battle, when after attack, you can switch it with another rear. So basically, you swap cards on the XL circle. Just done. But most of the times you don't go into it because the games don't go that far. Except with Alexandros, Alexandros is still broken. Or not really anymore because of the Premium Collection. But still, second strike Alexandros is pretty good. Plus, or even first strike Alexandros is fine too. Like is it anything about? So, whether second or third time, Counter Blast, choose face on card from G zone, flip it up. At the end of battle that attack, you can pay the cost. If you do, and then you stand 2 rears, and it gets +5 for each face up in the G zone. So if your first stride is +5, second stride is +10. If your G guard is more. Also, I only play 2 because you never go beyond your second one. After your second one, either you're dead or your opponent's dead. Next up, we play 2 Lambros.
Card is still broken.
It doesn't use Counter Blast, and it's basically an Alexandros if you have 1 face up in the G zone. So so when it attacks a Vanguard, if it's on the 4th battle, you can flip a cell face up in the G zone and then choose 2 rears, stand them. If you have 2 more face up in the G zone, they get +2. It's still good when you have Tidal and even Core Assault because Reset Core Assaults are also pretty good. But this first stride is better when you have 1 face up in the G zone. So if you G guard and you first stride this is better. But if you have Odysseus, you're most likely not going to it. So we have 1 Rolling Davos. Just there when your opponent Honolies you, and you have a way to kill the Honoli. So the skill is GB3. When this unit attacks for each battle, rear guard attack during this turn, your opponent has to choose a rear guard and retire. So if you attack twice, your opponent has to choose 2. And so on. So GB2 is wave 3rd time or more. When it attacks, you can pay the cost. If you do, it gets +5 for each battle rear guard attack. And there's Grade 1 Sentinel Restrict. Or, yeah, this Grade 1 Guard. It's not that important, but it's just mainly there for the GB3 still to kill Honolulu. But most decks don't play Honolulu anymore, so this is just there. Except we play the card for the Premium Collection, Valeos. I still think this is the best first stride deck because it draws you cards. Because like you can play, you can do Lambros or Alexander's first stride, but they don't draw you cards at all. So I think playing starting Valeos first stride is better. Since you assume you kill in second stride, or you try to kill in second stride at least. And like when you're striding in this deck, you're in a horrible situation because striding in this deck is actually not as great as what you would want to be. So yeah. So I guess I'll explain this card. So on attack, Counter Blast with a card in your G zone face up. Call up the 2 cards from hand for each face up card in your G zone. And then you draw cards to give them all a card. So you call 2, if you call 2, you draw 2. And if you have 2 more face-up cards in G-Zone, just one of your opponent's Vanguard, and they cannot decrease and increase their power to. So they're gonna be at 1100, like the Overlays, no matter how much triggers they hit. So yeah, you know I don't use the second skill because you don't get to it, but it's still there just to draw cards, call cards, and draw cards like that. Next up we have 2 Flood Hazard. You'd be like, why do you play 2 Flood Hazard? You only play it for quad drive.
And, quad drive.
You know, like if you play against like maybe chaos, if you see chaos, you still go into this, but you still have you can still generate Excelsior Ghost and resend the Excelsior when you don't really need it. But I'd rather play this over the other Tabas that gives 5k attack from back row. I'd rather have quad drive over that, so I'm playing this. Next up we have the GB8. Don't play it. Play the Progenitor Dragon instead. Do not play the GB8. You'll never get there. You die before you get to GB8. Okay. So like I think the Progenitor Dragon's retires Guardians, which is actually pretty good. If you get first try Progenitor Dragon, you first try Progenitor Dragon. Assuming you don't hit the Odysseus. So for G-Guards, we have the 2 of the G-flipping G-Guard. So GB1 Counterblast, flip a G-Guard and face up. It gets +5 shield for each of your Veers, and all of your Veers get resist, I believe. So it's basically a dismount of a Counterblast that gains shield, so you should play it. Next up we have our what's the name called? We have our Ice Bear Dragon G-Guard, so it's a +10 shield on wave 1st to 4th time. So it's one of your bigger shield, bigger G-Guards that's not GB1. Obviously this should be a bigger G-Guard unless you get board wipe. Most of the time this should be a bigger G-Guard. This is still a +10 shield G-Guard on 1st to 4th battle. If your opponent is smart, they will try to swing a column that your +10k cannot guard, or they swing a small column first and then swing the other column second. But it's still +10k shield on wave 1st to 4th time. That's why you're playing. Next up we have 2 of the Golfilia. Wave 2nd or 3rd time it gets +5 shield. But you mainly play it for the act when it's face on the G-Zone and get counter. So +1 flip this face on and counter charge. Or you can unlock too. But this is the other thing is so that's why I'm saying when playing against chaos you don't really care, because when you stride you can flip this face up and you can unlock. But even then you still care a little bit. So before we end this, there's some plays I have to tell you for this. There's some new plays. So the one thing about Odysseus that people don't realize is that you don't have to superior right when you do Odysseus.
What?
So here's the thing,
Oh my goodness.
You stay on the you do glory. You call Maelstrom when you're going first. You shove this in soul. You don't superior right. And now when you use glory Maelstrom, you get +10 to front.
That's broken.
The other thing you can do if you have 2 Odysseus is
Yeah, that's pretty broken.
so you shove one in soul. You don't superior right, and then you do the other, and then you do the skill glory skill +10 to front, and then you do Odysseus again. Superior right into the Legion.
Oh no. What?
Also by the way,
+10?
also by the way, guys, we play fronts. So whenever you swing with this, it gets +20k if you hit the front. So if your opponent is dumb enough to guard for 20k to pass, you hit the front and they die.
Man, and you have a rush down like starting from turn 1. Or your first attack turn? My goodness.
If you hit your pieces with this deck destroys your opponent. But this deck, once you hit your great 1 and your Odysseus, you're fine. That's still the main problem I have with the deck is if you're playing the deck, how the deck just hits Odysseus, you might as well play Ghost, but there's still this dumb play you can do with the glory motion. So like that's about the end of the deck profile. And
So really quick though, I know some people, I don't remember the name of it, but there's a turtle that you can play. A 7k turtle?
So I don't play the 7k turtle because let's see. So because I play Coral Assault and Tidal at 4, I barely have space to fit it. And if I want to cut cards, I have to cut those, or I have to cut some of the grade 2s and some of the Ripple grade 2. And this is your Ripple grade 2 right target, and I don't want to cut it because a lot of times I hit 2 in my hand before superiority. Also, sometimes a lot of times in this deck you stay on 2. I mean, but if you have the Glory Maelstrom and another, if you have 2 Maelstroms in hand and you have this, of course you don't ride it because you can kill them on that turn. They kind of die. So, or they either die or go to 5, right? So like, I think you have to at least play this at 3. And if you're playing a turtle at 1, you might as well not play the turtle, right? Well, if you really want to play it though, I guess I'll cut one of these and I'll cut 1 coral or so. But even then, is it really worth over the power boost of coral or so and the extra draw out of it, right? So yeah.
Okay guys, so I guess that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. This is Team Phoenix Cerulean with the Premium Aqua Force deck profile, signing out.